We just learned about a new and major endorsement expected in the 2024 race for the Republican nomination. Donald Trump is heading to South Dakota today. He is expected to get the endorsement of the state's GOP Governor Kristi Noem, who organized today's fundraising event, fueling speculation that it is actually an audition for the role of Trump's number two. NBC's Vaughn Hilliard is in South Dakota for us ahead of this event. NBC's Julie Sirkin joins us from Capitol Hill. And Matthew Dowd is the former chief strategist for the Bush-Cheney 2004 campaign and a senior MSNBC political analyst. Vaughn, start us off with the latest news that we're hearing. An endorsement coming from the governor there, along with a possible audition for the position of vice president.
Right. Let's just deal with the reality that we don't think that Mike Pence is going to get offered that position a second go around. And so suddenly Veep stakes are not a question that folks are running away from right now, especially when you see how dominating Donald Trump is performing, because there's a recognition among some prominent Republicans who are not in this presidential race that, you know, yes, Nikki Haley and fellow Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida, they may be interesting candidates, attractive candidates, but, you know, in 4 or 5 months, they could be politically almost irrelevant when Donald Trump, if he were to ascend to the Republican nomination. Bring in Kristi Noem. We talked about her for months as a potential 2024 presidential contender herself. She declined to enter this race. She will be standing alongside Donald Trump here in Rapid City, South Dakota later tonight. Kristi Noem, you know, she served 8 years in Congress as the at-large member of the U.S. House from South Dakota before running and winning the governorship here in 2018. She rose to Republican favor during COVID. She was one of those Republican governors, along with the likes of Ron DeSantis, who really curried support nationally and attention despite the relatively small population base here in South Dakota. I do want to mention, though, Yasmin, I had conversations with several of the folks here waiting outside for Donald Trump's arrival and Kristi Noem's, and there was groups of 10 of them I asked who they would support to be Donald Trump's vice presidential pick, just open-ended. And 7 out of 10, Yasmin, told me the name Kari Lake, unprompted. Just one of them told me Kristi Noem, and just one of them said Nikki Haley here. So Kristi Noem, there is actually some criticism of her among some of these Trump loyalists, some question just how faithful she would be in the role of vice president. So this is a complicated question that Donald Trump, if he were to win the Republican nomination, would have to face. And another gentleman told me, why would he pick Kristi Noem? He's going to win South Dakota. He won it by 25 points in 2020. Go and pick somebody else. But the question is, who is that somebody else? You know, Kari Lake has talked about running for the U.S. Senate in Arizona. Kristi Noem is a key figure in this because of her prominence and because of her loyalty to Donald Trump to this point, though, Yasmin.